Whenever I first got out of nursing school, I wanted to work in the ER, the ICU, but I couldn't get a job in those areas because you needed experience. So I got talked into going to the oncology floor with a friend of mine who worked there. I thought there was no way that I would ever like it or stay up there, and it would just be a stepping stone to my next career. But I ended up falling in love with a patient who had colon cancer, and I never looked back. I actually have 0 family members prior to my nursing career who had ever known with cancer. None of my friends, family had ever dealt with cancer. I was very fortunate growing up to have not had to deal with that. And in school, we learned very minimal things about cancer just because it's kind of a niche area. And when I started working up there, I fell in love with the patient interaction, the relationships that you develop with these people, because they're literally trusting you with their life, and they're trusting you to make sure that they don't get really sick and that they are comfortable throughout the process, so they become like family to you. She was diagnosed with a cancer called embryonal tumor with multilayer rosettes, which is a brain and nervous system cancer. She was diagnosed in November of 2021. She started having symptoms in September and was misdiagnosed with Bell's palsy. Once she continued to have symptoms and the doctors thought she should have been getting better, I took her back to Children's Hospital. They kind of put us off, really, saying, oh, it's probably an infection. She's had a lot of ear infections and this and that. And my mom gut just said, that is not what's going on here. There's something wrong. And after 3 sets of doctors, I finally got a neurologist to agree to do an MRI, which finally revealed that she had brain tumors. I was relieved in a sense to know what was wrong with her and that I wasn't just crazy and making things up for her to be sick. And it was finally a relief in a sense to be able to get some help with the problem that she had. Whenever I realized the lack of funding, the lack of research, the lack of help for parents that are going through this who aren't like me, they don't know this world, I had to do something, and I knew that they needed help. I knew that I had to help because I have a very unique perspective on cancer and now on pediatric cancer. So I created her foundation in her memory in March of 2022, Princess Nora's Warrior Foundation. To date, we've raised over $100,000 since March of this year, and we have funded a preclinical trial for the type of cancer that she has. You can visit our website if you want to know more about us. Our website is noraswarriors.com. We're on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, all of the social media places, Twitter. Most of them you can just search Princess Nora's Warrior Foundation and we'll pop up. It's a picture of a cute little sloth with my daughter's name, Princess Nora's Warrior Foundation. That sloth was designed just for her. It had her rosy little round cheeks, and we called her Princess, so that's what, and her favorite animal was a sloth. So that is where the sloth came from, and I hope that everybody can just take some time and just look into the statistics for yourself. They're out there, they're real, they're horrible, and we have to come together as a community, because one day you're not a cancer parent, and then the next day you are. And you never know when it's going to happen to you or your family. I'm a perfect example of somebody that had never had dealt with cancer in my entire life to having a child with it. And it can happen overnight.